Greetings once again from our Temecula studios. I'm Ryder Bullock. A huge night in basketball as we kick off the Sweet 16. I'm Ryder Bullock. We welcome you to the Hardwood Report. We had some blowouts, some heartbreakers, some flat-out bizarre stuff. Great wire-to-wire games as well. So let's get into it. We'll start with Arizona and Arkansas, and they couldn't miss if they closed their eyes. I've watched a lot of NCAA tournaments. I've seen a lot of basketball, and I cannot remember Arizona putting on an offensive clinic like that in a Sweet 16 game. They shot 63.8%. 6 guys with at least 14 points. That's a video game number stuff. That's YMCA type stuff. Braden Burries, 21. Koa Pete, 21. They're freshmen. You'd think they were fifth-year seniors the way they scored. And Burry said it. Anybody can go off, and he's right. Everybody did go off. And Arkansas didn't bring enough firepower. Cuff Jr. goes for 28. Kid is a stud. Possible last college game. Maybe he did everything he could, but the rest of the team, technicals, ejections, Calipari losing his cool. It got ugly. Billy Richmond gets tossed. Pringle gets a tech. Calipari gets a tech. When that starts happening, the game is over. Arizona goes up 12 at half, builds it to 18, and cruises. Steve Kerr's in the house, loving every second of it. First Elite Eight for Arizona since 2015. One win away from the Final Four since 2001. Tommy Lloyd finally gets that monkey off his back. Arizona wins it. Final score 109, Arkansas 88. Purdue taking on Texas. A tip-in that will live forever in West Lafayette. Purdue 79, Texas 77. This one was a classic. Back and forth. Nobody pulling away. And then with under a second left, Trey Kaufman-Renn, who had been unbelievable all night, tips in the miss with 0.7 seconds left. You could feel the roof come off that building. And listen, Texas had their chance. They tie it with an N1 from Dalen Swain, 11.9 off the clock. Mark playing basically on one leg, goes for 29. Gutsy, warrior type stuff. But here's the thing, and Painter talks about this all the time. The second shot matters. And Texas takes their big man out in the final seconds. Clough fouls out. Suddenly, the paint belongs to Purdue. Smith drives, misses, and Kaufman-Renn is right there. And that's the ball game. Kid goes 7 for 7 to start, finishes with 20, and Purdue moves on. Painter's crew will meet Arizona Saturday night, and that one is going to be a heavyweight fight. Two teams that can absolutely fill it up. Illinois taking on Houston. Illinois wins at 65-55. Their defense didn't just show up. It suffocated Houston. Now this one is the shocker, not because Illinois isn't good. They're very good. But because Houston looked lost. They looked completely out of rhythm. They shot 34%, lowest scoring game of their season at home, basically, playing just 2 miles from campus, and they never got comfortable. Illinois went on that 17-0 run, early second half, bang, and that's the game. And Houston misses 7 straight shots. Illinois nails multiple threes, and suddenly an even game is a blowout. Merkovic, a monster performance for him, 14 and 10. Wagler, 13 and 12. And cleaned up the glass like a man possessed. Underwood said it. It was all mental focus. And he's right. Illinois was sharp, physical, disciplined. Houston wasn't. It's that simple. And now Illinois is back in the Elite Eight again, second time in 3 years. They'll get Iowa, who suddenly thinks they're the team of destiny as they defeated Nebraska 77-71. They just keep coming. And nobody saw this coming, folks. Iowa is the story nobody expected. First-year coach Ben McCollum, Division II. Now he's 1 win away from a Final Four. And this game was wild. Nebraska jumps ahead early. Iowa ties it but can't take the lead until Sturts hits a 3 with 2:10 left, and boom, Iowa's up. And then Sage Tate hits another, bam, 9-0 run, ball game shifting. Nebraska gets to its 3, and then they play off the night. Iowa is inbounding. Nebraska only has 4 defenders on the floor. 4, by the way. And how about Flogris? He is completely alone at the rim. They throw it in. He slams it, gets fouled. Crowd went nuts, and that was the dagger. Then another dunk to put it away. Nebraska's dream run ends. Iowa's miracle continues. And now Saturday, it's Illinois versus Iowa in a Big Ten final for a Final Four spot, which is incredible. So here's where we stand. The Elite Eight matchups are set for Saturday. Arizona taking on Purdue, offensive juggernaut versus the most resilient team left. And Illinois versus Iowa, a Big Ten brawl for a Final Four ticket. We got blowouts, buzzer drama, upsets, controversies, everything you want for March. And so that is where we stand right now. Want to do something that we probably should have done yesterday, but time did not allow. And that is our usual, we've done this round by round, where we rank the teams. And so after 32, we got down to 16. Excuse me while I get that off the computer there. We got down to 16. And so we're going to rank the 16 teams. How I seen it before we started yesterday. So we're kind of going backwards here and then go from there. So let's get the computer up here. There's our graphic. Bear with us. And so you look at this, and I think the best team remaining in the field is no doubt Michigan. So I'm going to put Michigan here. I think Michigan is number 1. Number 2, Duke, who plays St. John's later in the round of 16. Okay. Then we've got number 3, Arizona, who looked phenomenal against Arkansas. Number 4, I've got Purdue here. And I think Purdue is going to have to step it up big time if they expect to beat Arizona. Okay. Number 5, I've got Iowa State. Who plays Tennessee in the round of 16. So that's going to be an interesting game. They're number 6. I've got UConn. I think UConn and the Michigan, the West or the East region, the East region stacked. We knew that when on Selection Sunday when the bracket came out. And now we're seeing it. I mean, Duke's going to play St. John's. Michigan State's playing UConn in the East semifinals. And I can't wait for those games. We'll have, of course, pregame analysis before tip-off on those games. And man, oh man. So there you go. Number 7 is Houston. Okay, I'm going to highlight Houston because we know they lost. So I'm going to highlight Houston there in red, meaning they are eliminated. Okay. Number 8 on highlight. Number 8 is Illinois. Okay. Now I just want to make sure that we get this. We are going backwards. Okay. We should have did this before we had the games, but time did not allow. So there you go. So number 8's Illinois there. Number 9, Michigan State. Who has Connecticut. It's going to be a great game. I'm looking for those games in D.C. today or tonight are going to be fabulous. I can't wait. Yeah. Number 10, we have Nebraska. And Nebraska we will highlight because they are eliminated. Now you could say, that those games yesterday, based off this, Illinois and Houston, maybe that's an upset. It definitely was. Nebraska getting eliminated before we announce where Iowa is in this list. You could maybe say that's an upset. You could say that, yeah. So there's that. Okay, number 11, and keep it highlighted because it's Arkansas. There we go. Arkansas. And we will knock them out as well. Number 12 is Alabama, who plays later today. Probably believe the best SEC team still in the tournament. I think so. I think Alabama's a little better than Tennessee, although I don't know. I have Iowa State beating Tennessee tonight, so that's how I see it. So if the SEC is going to win a title, it's going to have to come from Alabama, in my opinion. 13th best team is St. John's, who I think can win the whole thing. And you're going, well, if you think you can win the whole thing, why do you have them as the 13th best team in the field? And the answer to that question is because of the way they have played and also where the committee originally had seeded them. So that is what goes into this. And I think St. John's is going to play their heart out against a Duke team. And we'll, of course, talk more about that later on in the day. But still, nonetheless, St. John's is 13th on this list. 14 is Tennessee. And lastly, 15 is Iowa. And 16 is Texas. So that is how I saw it. And if I was ranking these teams based on talent, how they've played, how they've looked, and everything else, this is how I would see it. So that's 9 through 16 there. Michigan State, Nebraska, Arkansas, Alabama, St. John's, Tennessee, Iowa, and Texas. Top half 1 through 8. Michigan, Duke, Arizona, Purdue, Iowa State, Connecticut, Houston, and Illinois. And of course, by the end of tonight, Friday, we will be down to 8 teams. And of course, we will rank the 8 teams again, and so on and so forth. So looking forward to a great night of basketball tonight. We will have our coverage beginning at 7 o'clock, 10 minutes before tip-off, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 o'clock Pacific on the Hardwood Report. Looking for a great night of Friday Night Hoops. Till next time, Ryder Bullock saying good night.